Namaste. It's Jo here with a practice based around the birds and the bees, inspired by nature from the garden, imagining what it might be like to feel the freedom that comes from being able to fly. So bring yourself to a comfortable seated position. It doesn't have to be cross-legged. Everything in the practice is optional, and there'll be options along the way, modifications. You take what's right for you. Drop the gaze or close the eyes and draw the spine up nice and tall. Feel the connection of the body with the earth. Ground down into the sit bones, but lengthen the spine and the crown of the head away. Chin is slightly tucked so that the neck stays long, and we bring our attention to the breath. Watching the breath come in and out of the body brings us into the here and now, the present moment. Today, I'd like you to take your attention into your shoulders. As you breathe, feel the movement of the shoulders. Perhaps on the inhale, feeling the tops of the shoulders lift, and on the exhale, feeling them drop away. Feeling the collarbones open across the top there on the inhale. And again, relax on the exhale. Can you take your attention into the back of the body, to the shoulder blades? As they inhale, feel them widen, broaden as they lift apart. As they exhale, the shoulder blades come in together. Feeling that movement, if you can, on the inhale, exhale of the breath. And imagining what it would be like if instead of arms coming out of our shoulders, there were strong wings. Picturing Garuda. Garuda is the king of the birds, a mythical beast, half eagle, half man. He could open up his giant wings wide and block out the sun. Imagining what it would be like to have a wingspan where we could open up and feel that sense of power, strength, the ability to take flight and have that freedom. Breathe into this. Good. Shifting your seated position if you need to. We're going to stay sitting for a little longer now and take a humming breath. Brahmari Pranayama, the bee breath. Brahmari is a little Indian black bee. We're going to breathe in naturally on the inhale. On the exhale, keeping the mouth closed, we're going to hum. At quite a high frequency. The higher the frequency, apparently, the more beneficial this breath is. It's deeply soothing to the mind, but also the vibration helps open up blood vessels, increasing the flow of blood, so it lowers blood pressure and can be deeply beneficial for the whole body and mind. I'm going to time you for 2 minutes. You don't have to breathe in and out at the same rate as me. Your hum doesn't have to be long, or it doesn't matter if it's longer. I'll just be humming along to keep you company, and it helps if you block your ears. Pressing the index fingers into the cartilage at the bottom of your ears forms a really good earplug. And don't be worried about knowing when the 2 minutes is up. I'll ring my temple bells here, and you should be able to hear that clearly over your humming. So closing the eyes and taking a natural inhale, exhale to prepare. Next time you inhale, breathing in and then humming out the exhale. keeping the eyes closed a moment longer. Noticing any effect that pranayama practice has on the body or mind. Noticing the quality and the length of the breath. Notice the feeling in the muscles, in the body. No right or wrong, just exploring how it might feel different to when you first came onto the mat before this practice. And then letting that go. Stretching out the legs and bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, our bound angle pose. You decide how close those heels want to come to the hips. If the back round, you've got them too close. If it's uncomfortable, then they're probably too close. If you're feeling nothing at all, then you might be too far away. So holding on to feet, ankles, shins, draw the spine up nice and tall and gently flutter those knees. And this is called butterfly pose, but we're imagining today that it's the wings of a bee that we're fluttering here. Flap your wings. Good. And then crossing the legs, deliberately bringing the right leg in front of the left into a cross-legged posture, bringing the fingertips in front of the ankles, lengthening through the spine on an inhale. Begin to walk the hands away from you on an exhale. Keep those sit bones in contact with the floor. When you feel you can't go any further, when there's some resistance or the back wants to round, take a breath, lengthen, lift the heart, lift out through the crown of the head, and see if you can walk a little further. Feeling a full stretch down the sides of your body. And then starting to walk the fingers around to the left. So the torso is turning over towards that left thigh. Inhale here, exhale, release and relax over that thigh. Can you walk that right hand a little further towards the left? Feeling an opening, a stretch down the right side of the body, down through the ribs, down over that hip. Breathing into it, exhale, relaxing down into this side stretch. Bring the left hand towards the knee, towards you now for a little support as you sweep the right arm up above the ear, coming into this side bend, reaching out through the fingertips, exhaling down. We're going to imagine this arm is a wing, bending the elbow, drawing it back and up with the fingers on the inhale, exhale over. Make it fluid and flowing. Imagine that there's some resistance, so the movements are powerful, mindful. Last time, sweeping the arm over the head, turning now to look up at the hand, if that's okay on your neck, turning the body. And maybe the little finger starts rotating down towards the face, so coming into more of a twisted posture here. Breathe into this. And then inhale, open out, both arms come out to the side. The right leg is in front, so the left arm is going to cross over the top as you hug your shoulders. You can stay here with the elbows crossed once, or you might take the forearms and wrap them around each other, coming into eagle arms. So if the fingertips aren't able to point up at the sky, unwind a little, back of hands to back of hands, or resting those hands on the shoulders. Wherever you come to in this pose, lift the elbows on an inhale, drawing them up and away. Exhale, bring them down towards you. And again, elbows lift up. Exhale, they draw in. This time the inhale unwinds the arms, and we're going to take a twist. Left hand comes forward, the right hand goes back as you turn to your right. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, turn a little more. Gently as you like. Inhale, unwind a bit. And then exhale, take the twist once more. Next time you breathe in, you're coming back to face the front. Open the arms out. Exhale them down by your sides. Let's switch legs and do that on the other side. So the left shin is deliberately now in front of the right. Settle yourself into that seated posture. Bring the hands down onto the ground. If cross-legged is not right for you, then bring the feet onto the floor with the knees bent and walk the hands down the side of the legs instead. So lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, coming into a forward fold. Breathing in there. See if you can take it a little further. Good. Exhale as you walk the hands to the left. Bringing the torso over towards the thigh. Each exhale, releasing and relaxing. Maybe the hands can walk a little further. See if that left hand can creep a little further round to really feel that side stretch, the side of the body opening out. And then bringing the right hand towards you for support, sweeping the left arm up and over the ear, coming into that lovely side bend. Inhale, draw the elbow back, reach the hand up. Exhale, it comes over. And again, drawing the elbow back, reaching up, and then the arm comes over. Last time. And this time, as the arm comes over the top of the head, you turn. So you can turn the body a little, turn the head. If that doesn't feel right, you stay looking sideways. The hand extending through the fingers and tilting the hand towards you might bring in this extra engagement of the muscles. And then inhale, we open out. Exhale, we cross the hands right over left this time. Giving yourself a hug and then deciding, exploring your bind for this side. What is right for you this side? Might be completely different to the other side. Inhale, lifting the elbows. Exhale, drawing them towards you, bowing down. Inhale, lifting it up and away. Exhale, drawing everything in. Unwind those arms, reach out. Inhale, exhale, hands down to the ground. And come to lying on your back, feet flat on the floor. Knees bent. I'm going to take reverse pigeon pose. So the right knee, it's going to be drawn towards you, and you take the right ankle and rest it on the left thigh. Let that right knee drop out to the side, figure 4 pose, and you can stay here, or you can lift the left foot off of the ground and bind the hands behind the thigh. Perhaps after a couple of breaths, the hands might even come in front of the shin. So it doesn't matter where you are with this posture, but we don't want to be straining the neck, clenching the jaw. So perhaps easing into one of the other options if that's happening for you. If you want to work a little deeper, on the exhales you draw the legs towards you. On the inhales you release. Good. Take the foot down to the floor. Keep the cross of the legs. So cross that right leg high over the left one. And find your eagle bind. So you might be able to wrap the legs around each other. If that doesn't happen, if that right foot doesn't wrap around the back of the left calf, then perhaps bringing the legs together or keeping them apart if that's not possible for you. Finding what works for you in eagle legs. Let's take eagle arms again. So the right leg is over the top, the left arm is going to come over the top. Hug the shoulders or find your eagle arms bind. Inhale here. Exhale, draw the elbows and the knees towards each other. Flex the left foot as though you were standing on the floor. Inhale, opening out. You'll get a sense of what your eagle pose might be like standing. Exhale, draw everything in. Next, inhale, unwinds. Let the arms open, the legs release and relax back down to the floor. Ready to take the other side, so let the hands come back down to the side of the body. Inhale, draw the left knee towards you. Exhale, rest the ankle up on the thigh of the right leg, up near the right knee, and let that left knee drop open. Spend a breath or two letting that hip release before we put in the work. Then lifting the right foot off the floor. See how it feels to link the fingers behind the right thigh, maybe in front of the right shin, and draw the legs towards you on the exhale. Inhale, releasing. Okay, so this reverse pigeon pose might be useful later in the practice. If front-facing pigeon isn't for you, this is the option to take. And then let's find eagle. So drop the foot to the floor and cross that left leg high up over the right leg. And see if the legs want to wrap around each other. It might be different one side to the other, remember. Maybe they don't. So you unwind and stay comfortable as best you can coming into eagle legs pose, flexing the foot as if you were standing on the floor. Then let's do the arms. Left leg is over, so the right arm is coming over the top of the left. Holding the shoulders or taking an eagle bind. Inhale, lifting the elbows. Exhale, drawing everything in. Maybe the head comes off the floor. Think about the core muscles that you're using as you exhale, engaging the glutes, the tummy, the abs. Inhale, unwinding, legs and arms, rolling over onto your side, pressing yourself up to sitting and then continuing to come into tabletop pose. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Taking a balance here, drawing the right foot out behind us. Nice length in the body. Inhale, exhale, draw the knee underneath. Look towards it, nose to knee. Inhale, take the foot back and maybe the opposite arm as well. Exhale, everything comes into the center, increasing our awareness of that core work. One more time. And then inhale, length through the body. Exhale, the hand and the knee come down. Find it the other side now. Left foot goes back, hip height. Heel stretches to the back of the room. The crown of the head towards the front of the room. Inhale. Exhale, the knee comes underneath, the spine rounds. You look towards that knee as you draw everything you've got in all around the tummy. Maybe the arm stretches out and the elbow now comes towards the knee as well. You decide how much of a balance to take this into. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lengthen out, and then bring the hands and the knee down to the floor. We come into low lunge, so we're lifting that back foot behind us, swinging the knee through, bringing the foot between the hands. You can shuffle or lift it there, and settle so that the knee is over the ankle, directly over the ankle there. Press into your left hand and take the right hand to the hip, ready for a twist. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, turning to your side. Maybe the hand lifts up at the top there, pressing into that bottom hand, lifting and reaching with the top hand. I want you to imagine these are your wings. So exhale, flap that wing down. Draw the elbow up on the inhale. It doesn't matter if the hand stays at the hip or extends out to the sky. Find that movement, that fluidity of movement. One more time. Exhale it down. Good. Let's rise up now. Inhale. Draw the hands out to the side. They can always come to the thigh instead. Then reaching them up. Crescent lunge. Join the thumbs together. So we're making like a shadow puppet bird here. And as we inhale, we're taking the arms back towards the ears, maybe beyond the ears, lifting the chest. As we exhale, we sink a little deeper in the hips. One more time. Inhale, drawing the arms back. Exhale, release. The hands come down to the mat. Tuck the back toes. Step it back to downward facing dog. You can come straight to kneeling if you like, or walk it out a little here, bending one knee, then the other, pressing into one heel, and then the other one. Everybody coming back to kneeling. Find that length in the spine, and we'll do that on the other side. Left leg lifts back. Then the knee swings forward. Bring that left foot between the hands, however you want to get it there, so that you're in a low lunge. Press into the right hand now, into that palm, starfish out the fingers, and bring the left hand to the left hip. Inhale, length before we go anywhere, and then exhale, turning, shoulders, reaching the top hand up if that feels okay, or it can stay on the hip. Breathing here. On the exhale, like a wing, flapping down. It finds the floor, only to reach up through the elbow and feel that extension again through the arm. And coming down. Remember, if the hand is at the hip, absolutely fine. You're still feeling that movement. Press into the front foot now, lifting into Anjaneyasana. You can bring the hands to the thigh or lift them on up into the air in one breath. Joining the thumbs at the top to make your bird. Reaching out through the fingers. Inhale and take the arms back next to the ears. Lift the chest. Sink into the hips on the exhale. One more time. Arms come back. Inhaling, lift the chest and open the arms. Sweep them down to the floor on the exhale. Tuck the toes and step back into downward facing dog. Enjoy walking out the legs here. And then bringing the hands and the feet into the center. Bend the knees. Let the head relax in this forward fold. Going to take a couple of breaths now before we rise up. Hands coming to the shins to find length, spinal extension. As we lift the chest, we inhale. As we bow down, we exhale. Hands to the floor. Inhale. Hands can come to the shins or maybe fingertips to the mat. Lengthen through the back, through the crown of the head. And then hips go up as the head bows down on the exhale. This time we're going to rise up. So you choose how you come up. Press down into the feet. And on an inhale, coming up to standing. And bringing the hands down next to the sides into our mountain pose, Tadasana. Roll the shoulders back. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhaling, exhaling. I want to work with the humming breath a little more. So we're going to test out our balance. I want to really feel grounded down to start with. And then on the inhale, we're going to lift the arms up and come onto our tiptoes. On the exhale, sweep the arms down. Control the speed that you come down to the floor. Let's try that again. Rising up. Let's bring a hum in. So on the exhale, slows down the breath. Try it with a twist now. Inhaling up. On the exhale, taking a turn to your right. Inhale up again. Taking a turn back to the center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhaling, twisting to the left. up again, twisting to the center. Now find our standing eagle next. So it might be helpful to have a block or a book that you can place the foot on when we take the eagle legs. So have that at the ready if that might be useful to you. We're going to press into the left foot first. So have the block next to the left foot. And we're going to do the arms and the legs at the same time. If that's too much for you, you're welcome to do one or the other. So we're going to inhale. We're going to take the arms out to the side as we lift the right knee nice and high. And we're going to take the exhale as we cross the right leg over. The left arm crosses over the top, touches the shoulders, and we can press the foot here down into the block. Or if you bend your knees a little more, you might be able to touch the toes on the floor. Feel how this is for you. If you want to continue the bind with the arms, if you want to continue the bind with the legs, then see what's right for you. So maybe that right foot hooks around the back of the calf. Maybe it doesn't. Breathe in your eagle posture. Feel strong. Let's take a breath here, squeezing down. On the exhale, the elbows coming towards the knee, and then press down, open up. Open the arms, place the foot down to the floor, and come out. Good. See how you found that? If the block was useful, switching it round to the other side so it's there. Placing yourself firmly on the ground to start with. Think about that right foot being your standing leg now. Inhale, taking the arms out to the side, lifting that left knee high and crossing it over. The right arm is going over the top this time. You find your bind, the appropriate bind for you. Maybe those toes want something to rest on while you discover this posture. Okay, so if the balance isn't right, there are many options and modifications to make this posture accessible, still to feel the power of it. Let's work in it if you want to. Inhale, lifting the elbows. Exhale, squeezing them down, drawing everything in like when we were lying on the floor. Inhale, open it out. Place the foot down on the floor and bring your wings down to your side. Taking a breath there, noticing how it feels. Okay, without any judgments or expectations of what's going to happen next, we're going to take a flow through Warrior 1 into Warrior 3, our flying warrior, and then into Eagle. The whole thing can be done as a flowing sequence, or we can break it up with the foot coming down to the ground in between each pose. So see how you go with it. Start from the back of your mat. Give yourself room to step forward. And you want to be turning your right foot out about 30-45 degrees, ready for Warrior 1 pose. Feet are hip width apart. Take a big stride forward with that left foot. Good. Square the hips to the front. Inhale, lift the arms up high. Exhale, bend the front knee and come into Warrior 1. Tuck that tailbone down and press into the outside of the back foot to feel strong and to decompress this lumbar area. Let's find our eagle arms. Inhale, opening the arms out to the side. Exhale. The left arm is coming over the top of the right arm. You can take the bind or you can have the arms on the shoulders. And if that doesn't feel stable in a minute, you can bring the hands to the heart. That's always an option instead of your eagle bind. Good. So press into that front foot and we're going to launch into flight. Take your time with this. When you've got your balance, lifting the back toes off the floor, come into Warrior 3. So this could be a slight tilt or you could be in a T shape. Breathing into the posture. we're going to change it into eagle. If you want to come upright and touch the toes down, even take a block ready, that is absolutely fine. Otherwise, bend that standing knee. Lift the right knee high up over the leg and find your bind. Work into your eagle pose. Breathing here. If you're in your eagle and you're looking for more, inhale, lift the elbows up and away from you. Exhale, squeeze the elbows down towards the knees. Draw in all those muscles like you did at the beginning in our supine posture. Inhale, open everything out. Lift the knee high and float back through your warrior three, taking the right foot back to come into a lunge. If that didn't happen for you, no problem. This is where we're all going to meet up. So bringing yourself into a lunge, press into the hands, step back into our downward dog. You can come to kneeling if you want to, otherwise walking out the legs here. If you want to sink to child pose, absolutely fine. Take a couple of breaths wherever you are, feeling into those shoulders. Can you breathe into the back of the body? Breathe into the source of your wings, source of your flight. And then walking the hands towards the feet, come into a forward fold. We'll meet together there. Pressing down into the feet, you choose how to rise up on your inhale. Coming back to Tadasana, ready to try the other side. Breathing in, breathing out to prepare the mind, prepare the body. This time the left toes are going to turn out at that angle and the right foot is going to take a big stride forward. Hips are square to the front. Inhale, lifting the arms up, hands above the head. Exhale, taking that bend of the front knee and coming into your warrior one. Feeling strong, feeling stable here. Power in the legs. And then inhale, open out the arms and bring them into the posture of your choice. So this time, the right arm comes over the top of the left. Or you bring the hands to prayer, or you take a bind. And when you feel ready to, you press into that front foot and launch yourself into flying warrior, warrior three, our balancing warrior posture. Breathe here and feel stable before you go anywhere. When and if you're ready to, you start bending that standing leg and bringing the left knee through, up high and over the right leg. Coming into your eagle. If you want to touch down in between, absolutely fine. Breathing here. Maybe we lift the elbows up on an inhale and squeeze everything down on an exhale. Nice and controlled. And then push down, open up and take the left foot back this time through your flying warrior into a lunge. Again, if you wanted to touch the foot down in between doing that, absolutely fine. Take the right foot back. Walk it out in down dog. Drop down to the knees. And release the hips back into child pose. Find your comfortable child, whether that's arms in front, hands under the forehead or hands down beside the feet, knees apart or knees together. Breathe into the back of the body. Rise up to all fours. Your choice. I'm going to move into pigeon pose. You can do this from kneeling, or you can tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog. The right leg is going to lift out behind you, so three-legged dog or that balancing table. Inhale there. On the exhale, sweep the right knee towards the right thumb and settle onto the shin. If this does not feel right in your body, you've got that option of reverse pigeon that we did lying down with the ankle across the knee at the beginning. Flexing the foot helps support the bent knee, and we can square the hips up. So that right hip is going to want to come forward, draw it back and draw the left one forward. Puff up your pigeon chest on an inhale, and then exhale, start the journey forward, taking the heart forward rather than down. Forward, forward, forward. And then releasing and relaxing when you can't come any further forward. You've got that lovely length in the body then. You are bringing the weight over this front knee. So breathe into it. Should feel a nice juicy stretch going on there. If there's any pain, please come out of it and try that reverse pigeon option. Breathing in, breathing out. Starting to walk the hands back towards you, lifting upright. Last breath in your pigeon, lifting the chest forward, and then tuck the toes and step it back, either to down dog or to kneeling. Ready for the other side. We're going to lift the left leg out, stretch through the body, push into the hands if you're in three-legged dog. Enjoy that inhale, lengthening. Swing that left knee towards the left thumb. Settle there. Take a breath or two to square the hips and decide on that correct angle of your shin. That's going to control this stretch, the intensity of the stretch on the hip. Flex that left foot. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, start walking the hands forward as you draw yourself forward, 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 then down. Maybe the hands are a pillow for your forehead. Maybe you stay up on your forearms or higher. Maybe you like to extend the hands out in front of you. Use the breath now to work into this left hip. Drawing the hip back because it's going to want to creep forward, trying to keep those hips square. You've always got the option, if you've got a block, you can place it under that hip if it feels like it's really lifted up. That can feel quite nice and supportive. Walking the hands back now. Last lift of that pigeon chest, proud pigeon chest. And then tuck the back toes, step it back, walk out the legs. And your choice, you can come to kneeling and swing the legs round to the side to end up in a seated posture, or you could take a little jump into cross-legged and roll over the ankles. We're going to end up together in Dandasana. Dandasana, our staff pose, this right angle posture where we reach and lengthen through the heels and lift up, rise up out of the crown of our head. It's an active pose, placing your hands beside the hips, pushing into fingertips or palms, whatever right for the length of your arms and your body, and breathing here. We're not just sitting here, we're working. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the heart. Use the arms to lengthen through the spine a little more. And then release the work and feel the difference. Come to lying. Bend the knees, ease yourself down onto the floor. Coming onto your back with the knees bent. I want you to once again take the soles of your feet together and let the knees drop out to the sides. This is Supta Baddha Konasana, our reclined bound angle pose. Again, you can Choose to bring the heels right up towards the hips or lengthen them away. Find a position that for you lets the knees drop out to the side and opens the hips as best as possible. And noticing how this feels compared with the beginning of the class. We've done a lot of work on the hips. Maybe they're aching, maybe they feel more open. Breathe in as you lift the arms up over your head, fingertips pointing to the sky, and breathe out as you take the arms back onto the floor behind you. And you might have to bend the elbows in order to make contact with the floor. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, lifting the fingertips up. Exhale, bringing the hands down beside the hips. Inhale, the arms float up to the sky. Exhale, continues the motion. Arms come onto the floor. What do you have to do to bring the backs of the arms into contact with the floor? They might be in cactus pose. They might be straight. It depends on what your body, what your shoulders are allowing you to do today. So feel an opening in the body. Take a few breaths here, and every exhale, see if you can imagine more and more of your body coming in contact with the floor, softening down. Last breath here. Lifting the fingertips up on the inhale, bringing them down beside the hips on the exhale, and then use your hands to draw the knees back together again and lift the knees over the chest for a hug, maybe a rock from side to side, before resting the hands lightly on the kneecaps. You can take Apanasana, which is not pushing and pulling the knees, but the hands and arms float with it. So on an inhale, the knees come away from the body, they come up towards the ceiling and the arms extend with them. And on the exhale, the knees are drawn towards the body, the elbows bend to accommodate that. The hands moving with the knees rather than the hands moving the knees. Drawing the body in, opening the body out. Should feel nice and soothing for the hips. Drop the feet to the floor. Take the feet wide. Just gently windscreen wiper the knees, letting them drop from side to side. You can do this at your own rate, your own rhythm. Massaging the lumbar spine with the movement. And then bringing the knees to stillness. Take the legs out long, stretching one leg out, then the other, letting the toes drop out to the side. Turn the palms up to the sky and you're in Shavasana, our corpse pose. You might like to stay here for relaxation, or if it's not comfortable, bend the knees, rest them together with the feet on the floor. Closing your eyes, having a last wriggle, maybe lifting up onto your shoulders a bit, seeing if you can take the shoulder blades inwards and down, and then nestle into the back, seeing if that feels a little more relaxed and released. Breathing with the body. I'd like you to take 2 more humming breaths. Doesn't matter on the length of your hum. Inhaling in through the nose, keeping the mouth closed and humming out the exhale. letting the breath fall into its natural rhythm now. Every exhale softening, releasing the body into relaxation. Releasing the jaw, the shoulders, the hips. The limbs feel heavy as you melt down into the floor. Feeling yourself getting heavier as your body relaxes. Body is heavy, supported by the ground. And as you fully release, have the sense that the body now feels lighter. It's feeling lighter again, as though you could lift up. I want you to imagine that you can now lift up, that your arms are no longer arms, but they are wings. And if you choose, you can now spread your wings and take flight. I want you to imagine the breeze underneath your wings as you lift up. You open up, you float up into freedom. You can choose now whether you soar like an eagle, or perhaps you dart and turn like a smaller bird. Perhaps you choose to be a bee or a butterfly, floating and gliding around. What would it feel like if you could fly? Imagine the feeling of freedom that would come from that. Imagine what you can see below you. Feeling the strength in your wings to carry you effortlessly. Enjoying this for a few more breaths now. Looking down below, seeing where you're going to land. Gently gliding yourself down, resting your feet on the ground, feeling that contact with the earth, coming into your body, lying here, supported by the earth. Feeling heavy, sinking back into your body, your arms resting by your sides. Using the breath now to draw energy into the body as you start to feel into your fingers, making small movements. Maybe stretching the arms out, rocking the head gently from side to side, wiggling your toes and moving your legs. If you wish to, drawing the knees up over the chest for a hug. Making your way onto your right hand side, resting there. When you feel ready to, pressing yourself up to a seated posture. We will finish by bringing the hands to the heart. Imagining once more that movement of the wings as we take 2 full breaths and then an Om together. On an inhale, drawing the arms out to the sides and up, bringing the palms together at the top and sighing out the exhale as the hands return to the heart. One more time. Inhale, opening up your wings. Exhale, sighing out that breath as the hands stay at the heart, ready for an Om. Nice deep inhale. Take a bow to your practice, to the birds and the bees and everything we can learn from them, from our humming breath to our strong wings, to that sense of freedom that is in there within you. Namaste.